Welcome to Chapel Hill, North Carolina, and beautiful Keenan City, nestled beneath the pine trees. The home of the North Carolina Tar Heels, fired up and ready for this energized battle. We've been tracking this matchup for weeks, thinking about a possible top 5 collision. Both teams have done their part, and now here we are, as we'll see the number 5 team in the country, the Florida Gators, taking on the number 1 team in the land, the North Carolina Tar Heels. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Chris Fowler, joined here in the booth by Kirk Herbstreit. Kirk, let's get to the action on the field. And the Tar Heels will kick this deep to get us going. They'll return it from inside the 10-yard line. Not much on the return. They'll stop him at the 24. Good coverage. Just underway, and this home crowd is fired up and ready to make a difference today. There's the handoff. Stop at the 36. That's good enough to move the sticks.
Well, nice first down here by this running back, and what he's doing today makes me reflect on some of the great backs that they've had over the years in Gainesville. Emmitt Smith, arguably one of the best backs, if not the best back in the history of the game. Damian Pierce more recently, but even guys like Eric Rhett and Fred Taylor, just really talented running backs with the ability to take it to the house.
Makes the catch, but the defense breaks in the ball, and it's a short gain.
Man, that jet sweep action puts so much pressure on a defense. You get so locked in on the ball attacking you downhill. But when offenses sprinkle this kind of offense in, it stretches this defense out wide and can create some vertical seams for big plays.
Second down after that run on the previous play. Keep it on the ground. There's the handoff. He's wrapped up nicely there by the freshman. They come to the line, a long way to go for the first down, but needing this crucial conversion right now. On third down, he drops to throw. Gets the ball up as he's hit, but it's incomplete.
Gosh, Chris, I just love this atmosphere. The home field advantage on full display. The defense flying around with energy. Nice job there on that third down of using the energy from the crowd to make that stop.
The Gators will line up to boot it away. The coverage team makes the stop on this return. The guys up front lined up. It's first down. Pre-snap motion from the receiver. They give it to the receiver on a jet sweep. The gain is 2 yards, so it's 2nd and 8.
Hey, they gave up some yards here, but, man, that's a pretty good job by this defense against the jet sweep. You see who was carrying the ball there? He can fly. I would argue he's the fastest guy on the field. So you don't give up the big play. You give up a few yards. I think that's a win for the defense.
Trying to find room. It's Burks. And he's tackled right at the 40-yard line.
It's not a huge gain here, but if you add up multiple runs like that throughout the course of a game, by the fourth quarter, you're going to start to see that affect the defense.
The offense now looking at a 3rd and short from their own 40, trying to keep this drive going. They'll try to move the chains here on the ground. And he's brought down, but he does have enough for the first down.
Yeah, I love how the back didn't really dance around trying to make a big play. He knew it was 3rd down in inches, lower the shoulder, get the first down.
And the Tar Heels lining up here on 1st and 10. Using the ground game here, tailback has the handoff. Tackle up near midfield at the 48.
Nice solid run here by this back. Did a nice job of just kind of finding that lane, pick up some positive yards there on 1st and 10.
Important second down play coming up. And the running back takes the handoff. He's stopped, but he gets a first down.
You know, offensive linemen are just a certain breed. They're always going to do their job, no matter who's back there carrying the ball. I'll tell you what, they have a little bit more confidence when the person that's carrying the ball can break off some big-time runs. That makes them block just a little bit harder, knowing what he's potentially capable of doing.
And the Tar Heels are moving quickly down the field. It's a toss play to the right. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1.
Chris, this is what I love to see from a defense is the linebackers are scraping, doing their job, but you need help from the secondary. And when you have aggressive tacklers on the back end, you got a great defense. This time, the secondary makes the difference.
Second down after that previous play. They snap it. Quarterback looking to throw the ball. That one falls incomplete. Looking for a flag. Doesn't get it. Brings up 3rd down.
You know, this is the one thing I love about this running back is his ability to get involved in the pass game. Runs a great route, just doesn't come down with a catch.
7th play of the drive coming up, but it is 3rd down and long. Looks like the QB is changing the play at the line. Drops back, looking to throw for it on 3rd down. Looking to make a play deep downfield. It's picked off. He tried to fire the ball into a tight window. He's got some room and some blockers here. Past the 20. Touchdown, Florida. And the defense joins the party with a pick 6. What a takeaway and the touchdown. That is just a dream play for any defender, Kurt.
Well, let's start with the interception. I just love the fact that he got his eyes turned around, found the football, and then has the athletic ability to be able to secure it. Then he goes back to high school running back days and shows you what he can do with the ball in his hands and takes it all the way back for a touchdown. Beautiful thing.
And the return man decides to signal fair catch. And the Tar Heels offense is back out on the field. Let's see if they can bounce back from that costly mistake last time, a pick 6. He's going to hand this off. They bring him down, but the drive has now reached the 35.
Well, just a great play by the running back here. Just finding his lanes and exploding through the gap when it opened up.
That run, good for a first down. The offense still rolling. Quarterback drops back from the shotgun. The throw complete to the running back underneath. That is a big play. Finally brought down at the 44.
Defense kind of lost the running back here. Makes a nice catch and gets the first down in the process.
First down play call. How aggressive will it be? Here's the handoff. Finds room at the 30. Tackle is finally made, but an explosive gain. They'll move it down to the 23-yard line.
Big runs like this are just demoralizing for a defense. It's one thing to give up big plays over your head against the pass game. When teams can run the ball and pick up yards like this, it really affects the team's mental psyche and their confidence. And you'll start to see some missed tackles following a play like this.
Receiver in motion now. It's a run to the left. They bring him down just short of the marker, inches away from a first down.
Love those positive yards on 1st and 10, and it's not quite a first down. Looks like it'll bring 2nd and inches, but sure does open up the playbook here to be able to open up, maybe take a shot downfield.
Here comes a crucial second down play. Every yard tough to find down here in the red zone. That's a strong run. They finally tackle him down at the 4.
Every now and then, We see a really good run. We tend to focus on what other people did in order for that run to happen, what the offensive line did. Maybe the receivers are blocking good on the edge. Sometimes the running back is pretty good too. And on that play, he picked up a lot of yards and made that happen with good effort.
And the Tar Heels will crank up the tempo. Second and goal, they hand it to him again. The defense all over it. They stop him right at the line.
Well, they came very close to punching that one in, and now third down and goal. And if I'm the OC, I challenge my offensive line in that back. I just slam it right back into that A-gap and try to over.
And he runs it into the end zone. Touchdown, Tar Heels.
Well, when you have a big physical offensive line, you can wait to third and goal and rely on them and the running back to get you a touchdown.
No problem with the snowy footing there. The PAT is good. Kickoff team is on the field to boot this one away. Return begins inside the 10. And he stopped at the 20, trying to make something happen, but that's good coverage there. This should be the last play of the quarter coming up. Quick pass. Here comes a jet sweep. The defense able to bring him down to wrap up the first period of play. Offense getting set for a second down here to begin the quarter. Run back in the backfield, and he'll get the carry. There's the tackle, but first down yardage.
Well, Chris, you think about over the years with the Gators and their offense, it's always about Steve Spurrier and spreading it out and fun and gun and attacking downfield. But I think these great Gator teams, they have an ability to do what we just saw right here. Pick up a first down on the ground, relying on offensive line and their running back.
An inside give now from the shotgun.
Well, the defensive line does their job eating up those double teams, freeing up the backers to make the play.
Offense getting set, second down play here. Quarterback drops back. There's a fumble way behind the line of scrimmage. Oh, and they pick it up. It's still a live ball.
Well, just like running backs, quarterbacks have got to do a better job of having awareness and taking care of the football. Felt like he got the ball away from his body there a little bit, allowing it to be knocked free. He caught a break because one of his own teammates was able to see that and get on top of the ball.
So it's third and long from the 29. The defense play coverage or blitz. Drops back from the shotgun, looking for an open man. Using his legs here. Breaks loose at the 45. Quarterback gets down to avoid the big hit.
Well, Chris, that's a great example of why we see these college football coaches bringing in baseball coaches to teach these quarterbacks how to slide in key situations. You want to protect your franchise guy? Make sure he doesn't get hurt. And that's exactly what he did on that play. A perfect slide to avoid the big hit and then pick up the first down.
And the runner scoots out of bounds after gaining some decent yardage. Offense set for the sixth play in this drive. Out of the shotgun, he'll hand it off. And they tackle him, but not before he picks up the first.
Sometimes I almost get mesmerized watching these runners who have great vision. You know, the eyes that carry their feet to the open space, making people miss. I just love watching those guys do work.
And the Gators starting a new series here on 1st and 10. And they're moving the receiver now before the snap. They'll run it here. And they tackle him, but a nice pickup on that running play.
Great job by the offensive line here, opening up some holes and giving the running back room to run on 1st down. Plays like this can open up the playbook for the play caller, allow him to make that defense think, are they going to run? Maybe play action, maybe throw the ball downfield.
A pop pass on the jet sweep. Heads out of bounds after a solid gain, more than enough to pick up a 1st down.
At the 14-yard line. 1st down for the offense.
The Gators trying to cash in here in the red zone. And the motion by the back now forces the defense to adjust. Shotgun formation. Here's an inside handoff. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2. That was that excellent linebacker with a clear path just running downhill quickly.
You know, I think one of the great things about watching this guy play all year is his vision. He just has great instincts. That time, the defensive line ate up all the linemen, freed up the linebacker to get into the backfield, and the result is a tackle for a loss for the backer.
Quarterback looking to pass here on 2nd down. It's incomplete. He was hit as he threw that time. And now 3rd down coming up.
Man, you got to love this if you're defensive coordinator. It's all about affecting the quarterback and getting pressure on him. This time they got to him and forced that incompletion.
Comes the noise. This crowd is trying to inspire this defense to make a big red zone stop. And he'll drop back here on 3rd down. He's got it right near the end zone. And he's in. Touchdown, Gators. Well, they slowed the game down with a long, grinding drive to produce a touchdown. That was impressive.
What's impressive to me is the consistency. You know, it's one thing to hit a receiver and you score a big touchdown. But to be able to go and sustain drives and keep the sticks moving, that puts a lot on the quarterback and the execution of the offense. And, man, did they make that look easy.
Return starts from inside the 5. And he's tackled at the 21. That's where the drive will start. Here comes the North Carolina offense back out onto the field. On that last touchdown drive, they just pounded away with the ground game. Let's see if that formula works again. And they'll try the jet sweep here. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1.
Well, you know, I don't want to get away from a jet sweep. I think it's a good call. This one just didn't work out. So now you're way behind on the sticks.
2nd down here. Time for one more play before the 2-minute warning. Catch made across the middle by the running back and uses his speed to pick up solid yardage. So we reach the 2-minute warning as this offense tries to take the lead here before halftime. Offense keeps moving. It's a completion for a 1st down. Quarterback looking to connect with the receiver here. Short connection to the tight end here. And the second effort there will earn him the 1st down.
Well, this is what coaches love to see. A quarterback with the ability to read the defense properly and then just get it to the open man. Sometimes it sounds simple, but it's tough to execute. This time we have good recognition by the quarterback, and he gets it down to the tight end. You can see what he can do after the catch.
Caught for the completion. They stopped the receiver, but that's a solid gain on that play.
Now the running back that time just kind of sneaks out of the backfield and shows his hands on that nice catch.
A completion makes it 2nd down. keeping it on the ground here. Good enough for first down yardage.
And that's a good, nice, crisp run for a first down. Don't forget, good blocking up front by the big fellas. And this running back, he just seems to have a nose for that first down marker. A few more runs like this, and he's going to be getting into a rhythm for sure.
And the Tar Heels come to the line to start a fresh set of downs. Here comes a first down pass attempt. Looks left and finds his target there.
Hey, they get some positive yards here, but just from sitting up here looking down, Chris, you kind of have a sense that they wanted a little bit more on that play.
Pass complete. It's second down now. Here's the snap, looking to throw. Grab down the middle. It's Knight. Tackle made at the 24-yard line. This offense really threatening now.
And the defense sits back in a zone coverage. Good job here by the quarterback, recognizing that soft coverage, and he hits the routine drag route underneath for a first down.
Grab made by the tight end, and he breaks the tackle on the way to a solid gain there. And a timeout is called to talk strategy. Close game here as we approach halftime. And the Tar Heels are in the red zone. Second down, they're going to throw it. Bringing pressure. And this one goes nowhere. Lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage. The clock is still running. Off to hurry up here, but it's a crucial third down. Can he get there on the ground? He'll be brought down just a few inches short of that first down marker. And now the defense will call a timeout here. There's something they didn't like about that look, and they'll make an adjustment before this important play. So no field goal try here. Coach keeps the offense on the field to go for it on fourth down. Handoff on a single back formation. Oh, they've stopped him short. What a fourth down play, and they will take over on downs now.
How about the offense being aggressive? They decide to go for it here, and I got to give all the credit to this defense. Being aware, anticipating the call, knowing exactly where they needed to make the stop, and they did it.
First down, looking to throw the football. Looking to scramble now. They get him down, but that's a good run, enough to move the sticks and keep this drive going. And the offense will call a timeout. That's their second of the half. The offense comes back out there. Not much time left, perhaps just time for a couple plays before the half. We'll try to run it with the option. Pitch to the back. The gain moves the ball to the 34. So a timeout is called to talk strategy. Maybe time for one or two more plays before halftime. Offense getting set. It's second down. The DB's backing off from the line now. Looking to pass here on second down. He's going to take off. Breaking free at midfield. Heads out of bounds after another big gain and a first down. This defense has not been able to stop the quarterback run today.
Good enough for a first down.
Change of pace now, looking to throw the football. And he'll loft it to the end zone. And it's picked off in the end zone. Tackle after the pick, and then he'll do it for the first half of play. The minute's going to wrap up the first half here. Let's kick it now to Kevin Connors with our halftime update.
Florida 14, North Carolina 7.
The Gators will kick it off to begin the second half. Fields it just outside the goal line. And he's tackled at the 21. That's where the drive will start. And the North Carolina offense is back out there on the field. The defense with pre-snap movement of its own. Little eye candy here from the offense, some pre-snap motion. They get him down, but that's a nice play. Moves the ball to the 33.
Anytime you're down at halftime, you get your minds together, you try to make some adjustments, you try to get things heading in a better direction. This offense is off to a great start after this play right here.
On the set.
First down here for this offense.
29 Philly. 2-9 Philly. Here we go, set.
Gives it to the back. He's found some room at the 45. Oh, and he's in the clear now. It's a foot race. And he finally goes out of bounds after a huge gain on the ground. Nice play.
And this guy is as fast as there is in college football, and it's so much fun to watch him when he gets out in space with room to go. And you just know the home crowd is loving this.
First down play call coming up. How aggressive will it be? And the wideout goes in motion. Trying to flex the ground game here. Running back takes the handoff.
At the 19-yard line. Second down coming up.
And the Tar Heels are in the red zone. Tight end goes in motion. Here comes a handoff. And a decent gain there before the defense brings him down.
I know this defense worked very hard at halftime to come up with answers on how to try to slow down this running back after the big first half, and he's already at it again.
Third down, out of the shotgun. But it's incomplete, and that will now bring up fourth down.
Hey, the good news is here, Chris, they're still in field goal range, and they didn't cost themselves any points, but they could have more. Got to be thinking about going for this on 4th and short.
And that one's straight down the middle.
I was watching this guy in pregame. He has got a strong leg. Not surprised here he's able to put 3 points up here for the offense.
And here's the return from inside the 5. And he's tackled at the 21. That's where the drive will start. Gators offense retakes the field. They had some good things going in the last drive, but it ended suddenly with the pick. Let's see what they can do here. Out of the shotgun, he hands it off. And he heads out of bounds after gaining a few yards.
I'll tell you, to be able to pick up a nice gain like that, those offensive linemen have to sustain their blocks. Gave him a chance at a really nice gain.
What's the play call here on second down for this offense? They flip it to him on the jet sweep. Oh, look at the quick cut. Tackled at the 32. That's enough for a first down.
You know, to me, Chris, with this offense, it's almost an extension of their running game. You put the receiver out in motion, you flip the ball out to him, out to the outside, let him do what he does best, which is use his instincts, and he picks up a first down.
On 1st and 10, looking to throw. Escapes the pocket. He'll avoid the big hit with the slide.
Chris, watch him work through his progressions here. Finds the first and the second option aren't there. By the third option, he's got to pull it down and try to pick up some positive yards, of which he did, and then he slides down to avoid the big hit.
Here's the second down play. Single back, takes the handoff. And the play is good enough for a first down. They'll move the ball to the 44.
Just what a great battle here at the line of scrimmage. Good push by the offensive line, and the back does enough to be able to pick up the first down.
And the Gators pick up enough for a first down. Offense will keep it on the ground here. Defense gets him down, but they'll take the gain on that play.
It's a good, solid gain, 5 or 6 yards. Love to see that from the running game.
Offense getting set up. Here's second down. It's a shotgun run call. Powering right past the defender. They tackle him, but the gain moves the ball to the 36.
Just a great play by the running back here, finding his lanes and then exploding through the gap when it opened up.
The Gators have 1st and 10 here. And from the shotgun, an inside handoff. The gain is 3 yards, brings up a 2nd down and 7.
Hey, listen, you don't always have to have big plays to be successful. It's a nice, solid gain here, keeps you on schedule, and you get ready for that next play.
Getting set. Here's 2nd down. And it looks like the quarterback's going to run it. Some hard running there through a tackle. And they finally stopped it, but a decent gain that time.
Well, they didn't bust that for a big play, but it makes this 3rd down coming up a little bit more manageable, and that certainly has a lot of value.
So now from the 29, it's 3rd down and short. Let's see what the play call is going to be here. Already in field goal range, but of course, thinking touchdown. They'll try to run for the 1st down. Goes backwards, losing 3 yards there.
My gosh, this offensive line's got to do a better job of blocking. The defense was zeroed in on the ball carrier and absolutely nowhere to go for the offense.
And out comes the field goal unit. Field goal try, no good. He missed it. And the lead remains at 4 after the miss.
Now that's going to go down as an empty possession for this offense. No points as he's off target. And now you can see he's hanging his head. Poor kicker.
And the Tar Heels offense is back out on the field. Last possession produced a field goal. No doubt they're thinking touchdown this time. And the senior able to make the stop after a short gain. Second down after that run on the previous play. The back's got it. They've got him down out near the 40.
Just love watching this back run. Gets behind that offensive line, lowers his pads, and gets a nice solid gain.
Offense gets set up here. It's 3rd down.
Let's go.
That's the end of the 3rd quarter. With the score, Florida 14, North Carolina 10.
Ready?
Different pre-snap look from the linebackers now. That's the wide receiver coming in motion now. Running play called on 3rd and short. And the Tar Heels look to keep this drive moving.
A good push up front here in this back. I tell you, he's got some outstanding vision to be able to find those creases to be able to get positive yards, and here he gets the 1st down.
On the ready.
This line getting set up. It's a 1st down play.
Get set. Get set.
Pre-snap motion from the offense. They'll try the jet sweep here. finding enough space for a solid gain before they stop him.
Gain of 7. Second down coming up.
Okay, ready?
Now it's second down here.
Clear. Clear. Ready, ready.
Heading left after the handoff. They get him down, but not before he gets to the plus 38.
Everybody always wants to talk about quarterbacks today and receivers, and don't get me wrong, that's a big part of the evolution of the game and where we are. But, man, for me, as a fan, when I'm watching a game, there's just something satisfying about the teams and the offenses that still have backs that can carry the ball and come up with plays like that. Move those sticks and keep this drive going.
They'll try the right here. Able to fight for a decent gain here in that running play.
Well, let's give credit to the offensive line here. They went with a run blitz. The offensive line sees it, picks it up, gives them enough room to pick up some solid yards.
Ready up.
Second down after that run on the previous play.
Slide 22. Slide 22.
Here's that defense shifting again.
Game blue.
They'll go with the ground game here. Running back takes the handoff. And he'll get the first down yards before they finally bring him down.
Man, the back gets a lot of the attention here, and he's a good back. But I love to see that offensive line win the battle at the line of scrimmage.
On the
And the
double.
Tar Heels begin a new series here, 1st and 10.
Set. Hut. Ball. Ready, go.
Here's the toss play now, running to the right. They tackle him behind the line, a loss of 4.
Chris, great job here by this defense. They're trying to bounce this to the outside, take advantage of his speed in the backfield, but no chance at all. The defensive speed and ability to diagnose the play blows it up.
Ready.
And it's a bunch formation.
42. Spot. Set high.
Now they'll switch it up, looking to throw the ball here. That's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no flag, brings up 3rd down.
You get a tight end like this, and he's used to dishing out the punishment, but here, he's the one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, he's unable to hold on to the football.
Ready.
Important play right here. Close game, 4th quarter, 3rd and long. They'll change the pre-snap look now.
Ready, go. Ready.
Looking to throw it on 3rd and very long. There's a shot toward the end zone. And the pass is dropped, incomplete. Would have had a huge gain. Took his eye off the ball.
Oh, Chris, the quarterback and the receiver just not quite on the same page there on that 3rd down and long. But at this point in the game, you got to consider going for this. They need a touchdown.
So on 4th down, it's an all-important field goal attempt. Hold your breath here. And that is no good. And it's still a 4-point margin after the miss.
Boy, this guy's usually more reliable than this. I thought that was going to be an easy field goal in 3 points, but instead, he misses, so you walk away with nothing.
And the Florida offense is back out on the field now. Off the play fake on 1st down. He lets it go on the move, looking deep. That ball is incomplete. An aggressive deep shot on 1st down. Second down play coming up. The offense with some pre-snap motion. Keep it on the ground to work the clock here. The pickup is just 3 yards. Now it's 3rd down and 7.
Positive yards are always important for an offense, but at this stage of the game, late in the ball game, playing with the lead, you're thinking about working that clock and continuing to keep the ball in bounds.
Drops back, needing a 3rd down completion here. Pass is incomplete. The defense affecting the quarterback with pressure there.
I see what the quarterback's trying to do here. He's holding on to that football to the last possible second to give that play a chance. But he held it just a little bit too long. The defense is able to hit him to force that incompletion.
The fair catch made at the 30-yard line. And here comes the North Carolina offense back out onto the field. Toss play to the outside. Nowhere to run up the middle.
Chris, textbook job by the defense surrounding the runner and preventing that play from being bounced to the outside.
Second down play coming up for this offense. Takes the handoff again. They tackle him right at the 35-yard line. Solid gain on the running play. Third down now. Offense moving receivers around now before the snap. Dropping back, looking to throw for the first down. Trying to extend the play. Cannot get the throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this stage of the game. Down one possession in the fourth quarter, and the offense is going to try to convert here on fourth down. There's some pre-snap movement, back in motion. Quarterback adjusting now to the defense. They need to convert. He'll drop back. Quarterback leaves the pocket on the move now. And the senior calls his own number, keeps this drive moving.
Boy, how many times do we see this late in a fourth quarter? You know the pass rush is going to be there. They're getting after him. They're getting upfield. They get a great push. But what do they create? Space in lanes. And he takes off and picks up a first down.
And he'll make his way out of bounds after gaining decent yardage.
Boy, great job here of getting out of bounds. I know they didn't pick up the first down, but that's irrelevant. At this point in the game, it's all about the clock. You get out of bounds, you save your one timeout, and now you got a real chance.
Important second down play coming up. They're going to run it. Take it down, but not before he makes the first down. Looks like a player is down injured at that last play. We'll take a timeout while they check it out. And the Tar Heels will have 1st and 10 here. Caught behind the line. It's Smith. A solid 8-yard gain brings up a 2nd and 2. They'll hurry to the line here with the clock running. From the shotgun, it's a handoff. They stop him, but it's a first down. A running play gives the offense a fresh set of downs. Ball handed off. They've got him, but not before a solid gain on the ground there. And the offense will wisely spend a timeout after the play. Clock management is going to be very important here in the final minutes. This is becoming a long drive. Here's play number 9. They'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he will be stuffed for no gain.
Just great job by this defense defending this RPO. They sat back, and then they overcommitted to stop the run game, and it works out.
Third and short now for the offense for the plus 25. Already in field goal range, but can they convert, keep the drive going? Looking to pick up the first down through the air. Can't hold on. Good defensive play. Brings up a fourth down.
Oh, he just missed his receiver there on third and short. Now you got to think in the fourth quarter, fourth and short, you got to try to cut into this lead. You might want to go for this here to keep thinking about 6 points.
Time running down. They'll go for it here on fourth down. And the back now goes in motion. Quarterback checks the defensive look, makes some adjustments. Fourth down, drops back, looking to throw for it. And he finds his target. He has the first. And he makes his way out of bounds. Good thinking there. Clock is stopped.
This is why offenses drill down on the 2-minute drill year-round. You want to have quarterbacks and wide receivers completely dialed in on down and distance, and especially the clock. You got to get out of bounds when you can to preserve it. They do a really good job of that right here.
The offense will spend a timeout with 27 seconds remaining.
That's just not a whole lot of options here for this quarterback on the RPO. The defense, give them credit. They did a nice job of sniffing it out. I wouldn't be surprised if the quarterback is second-guessing that decision of giving it to the back instead of pulling that and either running it himself or maybe making a nice throw.
So down here in the red zone, every yard tough to find. Here is a crucial play coming up. Clear movement before the snap, and it'll be a false start. And the head coach will decide to accept the penalty and take the yardage. And the long drive continues. The offense pushing the ball down the field. Quarterback wants to throw it on second down. Looking to scramble. And he throws it away. A smart choice that time, but it will bring up third down.
Now that's going to bring up a critical third down here as we're late into this football game in a drive where they need points. This quarterback's got to take control of this huddle, make sure everybody's on the same page. You have multiple plays that you could go to, whether it's a run or a pass, but you've got to come up with a first down.
On a drive that just won't end, it's third down and long. Dropping back, looking to throw for the first down. Quarterback escapes the pocket and takes off. Touchdown, North Carolina, to claim the lead here in the final minute.
Here we go. They take the lead. What an amazing comeback by this team and this offense. Now it comes down to can their defense hold the lead with under a minute to go.
And now the important PAT to make it a 3-point lead. And the kick is good. A 3-point game now in the fourth quarter. It's all up to the defense. Here's the kickoff team. Let's see if they give the returner opportunity to bring this back. And the kick is a squib kick, taken by one of the up men. Tackle is made at the 43, but that's a good return and good starting field position.
Will take over. First and 10.
They need to score quickly here, trying to dial up some big plays. First down, looking to throw the ball. Trying to create here on the move. Incomplete with 4 seconds remaining. Time for just one more play.
Well, you got one final shot still. I don't know if he can get it all the way to the end zone. Hey, but miracles can happen. Quarterback
looking to throw it on second down. They've got him. Defense comes up with a sack. And a timeout is taken with just 1 second remaining in the game. Offense needs points quickly here, trying to dial up some explosive plays. Let's see what they've got called. Drops back, looking to throw for it on 3rd down. And now in the final couple minutes, here's a deep shot. And it falls incomplete. The final play of the game as time runs out. Well, a really entertaining game. Kirk came right down to the end. They made the clutch plays, and that made the difference.
Well, we knew these teams were fairly evenly matched, and you really saw them go back and forth, trade blow for blow. Excellent team win by these guys, doing what they had to do in the final quarter to come out on top.
And that is going to wrap it up.